Alright, yeah man, basically like we hook up as a duo act in it like way back when man, like probably like about 7 years ago now. You get me? Me and Agsy's link up through mutual friends or whatever. Realised the guy had talent in it, he realised I had talent, boom, I was a producer of it. He got into the producing a little bit as well, you know what I'm saying? And like, we're kind of different still, like in our opinions, what we're talking about the other day still, and it's like, it kind of didn't clash, but it kind of brought us together in it, and you know what I mean? It kind of made us.
We've grown together, but we've always been different, but we've always managed to complement each other.
For real. And since then, man, we was on the radio circuit a lot, you know? Like, I won't say what the radio station that we was doing in it for all the people who know us from back then in it. That's what we was doing, man. Yeah, man, that's how we did the grind.
Now, Skinnyman, that's obviously big kind of godfather status in the game. You know, he's a veteran in the game, man. That is a wicked link up for you, and I know that you've kind of been around the scene from Itch FM. Legendary hip-hop station, one of the only pirate stations in the whole of London playing pure hip-hop, if not the whole of the UK. A lot of big acts came out of there, man. So tell us a little bit how you got hooked up with Skinnyman, because that's definitely interesting.
Boy, like...
Nem's known Skinny for years.
I've known him for a very long time, like through you know what I mean, through friends, like just being roughly around the same areas or whatnot, man. He heard me spit. This like first time he heard me spit, like I was spitting American back in the days. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, alright, let's get it, Bubba Fabo. Like I thought I was DMX and Eminem and all this. Like, but this was time, innit? This was when everybody was in the garage scene, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to just like get out there as an artist, and then from there, man, like
the English thing was still getting put together at that time.
Yeah, and then eventually, like, obviously meeting him and like jamming with him, eventually we managed to get him on a track Change Your Heart through Real Records. And that track like was made in like 2002 or something like that. I don't even know. It didn't come out for like 2 years, maybe 3 years, you know what I'm saying? When we recorded that track, so like that track was almost old before it came out, but obviously not to the streets, you know?
Yeah.
So like the link up's been there for a long time, and it showed us a lot of love, man. And it's like, from there, man, we've been able to do our thing, I suppose.
So you've been able to kind of...
Of course, the new mixtape album, The Real Sho.
That's right.
That's out now. 1st of June, was it?
Yeah, 1st of June, that was out in the shops, HMV, all the good independent record stuff, Dark and Cold, everywhere, man. It's out, digital, you know what I'm saying? You can go grab that right now, man.
Wicked. Well, it's kind of got a bit of a different concept to it, hasn't it? Tell us about it. Tell us about how it's kind of...
Well, the concept of the whole mixtape is basically is a radio show, you know? So like, people who know Nemesis Arrogance from way back in the day, we basically used to be on a radio, I wouldn't say the radio station because we're on radio now, right about that's about diesel radio still. But yeah man, I mean from way back when we was on radio, from when I was like 16, doing our thing, then I hooked up with DJ Form, who's basically part of Real Records, which has brought out this whole mixtape for you at the moment. And from there really we was just doing interviews. We got to Vision PR for that. And we was being a bit cheeky, I'm not even gonna lie. It was like, so we've done the interviews, some bars, isn't it? And from there, most people said yes, a couple of people was like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll get back to you, and it never really happened. But as a result, obviously, like for us not being in the industry, we do have quite a lot of connections, and then some from the radio. And we basically just managed to put like a whole mixtape together through artists coming onto the radio show, taking a little clip of the interviews that we've done, making a track around it, man, and it's come out like this, man. That's what it is, man. A lot of people
think too as well. I'm looking at the features on this album, and I'm seeing Bashi, I'm seeing Wretch 32, I'm seeing Skinnyman, I'm seeing Sincere, I'm seeing Flair D, like, I'm seeing Faith SFX, I'm seeing Mr. Tibbs, I'm seeing my boy Mr. Justice, I'm seeing Supernova, I'm seeing Jealous, I'm seeing Nutty P, I'm seeing Sugar D.
Too many man.
I'm seeing the sword fight right here with like bare heads over here, like scatter. I'm seeing bare heads, like how did you TJ chill, bro?
You get me?
How did this come about? Like?
Bang radio one time, you get me? Big shout out to TJ Chill, man.
Shout out to TJ.
Zulu Nation stand up right now, innit?
Definitely. How many? Boy, I need to get my siren up on this one, boy.
It was basically like a favor for a favor type thing. All them guys coming in. We brought them in for their interviews, like, cause we was on radio doing our interviews. We were showing them love, giving them some exposure, and in return, they just did would ask them to do a little track. Most of them agreed, some of them didn't.
Yeah. See, but boy, I mean, look.
Something out there still.
All right, let's face it, yeah. Everybody right now in the UK knows exactly who Bashi is.
Of course.
Like, a lot of people in the UK know exactly who Skinnyman is.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people in the UK know exactly who Rich 32 is.
These are household names, isn't it?
People know who Sincere is. People know who Flirter D is. People know who Faith SFX is.
That's right.
Now, these aren't people you could just walk up to and say, boom, do a chat with us. You know what I'm saying? That's power moves right there.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Not a lot of people can pull that off.
No, that's right, man. That's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I came in, you know what I mean? I said I was a fan. I was listening to the music, I was liking what you guys are doing, do you know what I mean? You know, I stepped it up, you've done something different as well, do you know what I mean? Done something different, you put it out there in a different way. And it's nice, you know what I mean? It's refreshing because no one's thinking, you know what I mean? If you look now, right now in the industry, everyone that's doing anything, they're either doing an album and then they got like a courtesy dubstep track on there, or they're doing like a lot of housey type beats, you know what I mean? Like a lot more dancey type beats.
Yeah.
And they're not keeping it kind of more in tune with what they would be doing. They're almost following the next trend, which is what Rolex Suite done, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is to bring a dancey beat out. But, you know what I mean? Listening to you guys, you know, I've got nothing against that, you know what I mean? I like that, don't get me wrong, I like all them tunes that are out there, but do you know what I mean? If you're going to do something a little bit more innovative, I think do it the way you guys have done it, and that's it, just completely go off, you know what I mean, left field.
I mean, like, yeah, I think...
Yeah, that's credit to Nemesis there, like, for, you know, sticking to his hip-hop roots.
It's one of those ones where it's like, it's a catch-22, man, we ain't gonna lie, man, the hip-hop scene, but it doesn't sell as strong as the dance stuff, banging out quickly, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a difficult thing, innit? It's like, if I'm gonna go bang out an electro tune that's done at random now, in the middle of the Real Sho, which is for the hip-hop, it sounds weird, bro.
It's not gonna work,
you know
right?
what I mean? It doesn't sound right, innit? And then plus, that music is so fast for me to sit there in my studio, bruv, and produce 15 tracks of that, bruv. I find it hard, bruv, innit? I'm not that hype guy anymore, innit? You get me? I'm 23 now, coming on 24. I like to chill out a little bit. I just production sometimes when I like listening to the loop if I'm I can't take it, man. I want to start smashing things up.
I mean, like, obviously you guys are looking to go far, innit? Because obviously you're not doing this for a joke, innit? I mean, like, where can you see yourself in a couple of years? I mean, where's your aim? What's the goal for you guys?
Boy, like, I literally just put together a solo album still, but I'm calling it a mixtape as well because it's going to be a free downloadable thing. That's coming in 2 months. That's already made, innit? But I'm not going to flood the streets right now, innit? And sit back on that just for a couple months. Ags is doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I've got a mixtape coming out. It's going to be called Death of Arrogance. I'm still thinking of where I'm going to take it, but as to where I see myself soon, it's like taking music to another place. Hopefully, I want to do something pioneering.
Okay. And then, I mean, is that going to be within the genre of hip hop, or are you going to kind of break out of hip hop?
Well, like I said, like, British music is very exciting at the moment, so I like to experiment as much as I can. Although I'm from a hip hop background, I definitely want to expand. I mean, dubstep's good. They got the funky thing. Everything's very exciting.
What about like Bhangra, soca, or classical? You gonna try something like that?
Whatever. Like,
I get my white boy skanking on the soca and no long thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking to reach out.
I don't know. We'll see. With me, innit, I'm gonna try and stop producing hip hop all day, every day. But that's what my fans like, innit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? From time we're bringing out the same stuff as material we like, and it's good to experiment. But at the same time, I wanna try and stay in hip hop.
See, Nemesis has got to deal with the people like.
Yeah, I mean the game. Yeah, I mean the WordPress out there, and I thought, okay, you know what I mean, you're like doing something a little bit different to other artists out there as well, because you're putting the word out there from another perspective. You're almost playing devil's advocate or a journalist, if you like, and giving your opinion on what's going on out there as well.
There's other people out there, and we're just doing the press on them as well. Bigging them up, bigging ourselves up in a slightly selfish way.
Yeah.
And it's like, the way I see it is, if something's big talk at the time, we're gonna throw it in the blog, you know what I'm saying? So you can see it through us, man. It's like we're like I suppose like exactly what Bashi would say, the street commentators.
Yeah,
in a way, innit,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what that's doing, but it's digitally, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think.
I mean, if people want to get hold of you, how can they get hold of you?
Right, man, you can help us up on the MySpace /Nem and Ags, that's NEMANDAGGS.
We've got the Twitter, which is the same thing, twitter.com/Nem and Ags.
Facebook is Facebook /NemNAgs, as in the letter N. And then you got the blog page as well.
www.nemesisarrogance.wordpress.com.
That's right, man, and that's just popping off all the time.